You're listening to this podcast, so I know you've got a curious mind. Here's a helpful fact you might not know yet. Drivers who switch and save with Progressive save over $900 on average. Pop over to Progressive.com, answer some questions, and you'll get a quick quote with discounts that are easy to come by. In fact, 99% of their auto customers earn at least one discount. Visit Progressive.com and see if you can enjoy a little cash back. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. National average 12-month savings of $946 by new customers surveyed who saved with Progressive between June 2024 and May 2025. Potential savings will vary.
This message is brought to you by the Capital One Venture X card. Venture X offers the premium benefits you expect, like a $300 annual Capital One travel credit for less than you expect. Elevate your earn with unlimited double miles on every purchase, bringing you one step closer to your next dream destination. Plus, enjoy access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. The Capital One Venture X card. What's in your wallet? Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
This is Talkin' Rock. Talkin' Rock. Your backstage pass to some of your favorite rock artists. Here's your host, Meltdown.
Have you heard of this band, Lex Legion, yet? It's got Nils Rue on vocals, Pete Black on guitar, Andy LaRocque on guitar, Hal Patino on bass, and a guy named Mikkey D on drums. Yes, 4/5 of the classic King Diamond lineup. With the exception, of course, of Nils on vocals. But, yeah, we talk about this new band and the new record that comes out on June 12th, and only 9 songs. And he told me later on in the interview why there's only 9 songs and why they're so short. I guess they're already working on new stuff for the next record. Will they bring this out on tour? Mikkey had a little bit of an answer for that one as well. We talk about his time in Talkin, obviously Motorhead, the Scorpions, these residencies. You know, I have yet to talk to a band that doesn't like playing these residencies, where you're just kind of like located in one spot and, you know, you play every few days and you hang out, see your buds, usually in Vegas. Typically, that's where those residencies happen. But, yeah, we talk about that. And, of course, we have to talk about hockey and playoff hockey. And when I recorded this was the day of the Buffalo Sabres and the Montreal Canadiens, Game 7, in which the Canadiens won in overtime. So, yeah, we'll start with some hockey with Mikkey D. Yeah, Mikkey, you start talking about hockey. And, of course, here in Detroit, Hockey Town, we've had a lot of your Swedish brethren. I've had a chance to play with some of these guys, Nick Lindstrom and Holmstrom and all these guys.
Yeah, me too. Lindstrom is great. Yeah, he's working for the Wings, right?
Right, yeah. He's up the chain of command just a little bit, but yeah. So you're a huge hockey fan. You played hockey.
Oh yeah, I play hockey. I play 2-3 times a week during the winter season with Gothenburg Academy team, kind of, and I have to be obviously a little careful. I can't go on I got to be responsible when we're getting closer to touring or something. But I do love it. Hockey's my life.
Yeah,
I care more about that than music, actually.
Is that right?
Oh yeah.
I was going to ask you, do you have a pick for the Stanley Cup this year? I think. Man, I'll tell you what, Carolina's tough and Colorado's tough. I don't know who's going to win that one.
I don't know. I'm a Montreal Canadian fan, believe it or not.
Game 7 tonight, of course, yeah.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
Buffalo's good, too.
Yeah. That series has been kind of weird because there's been games where Buffalo hasn't even been in the same building. And then, of course, they blew Montreal out the other day. So,
yes.
We'll see which team shows up.
In Montreal, at the Bell Center. I can't believe it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hey, real fast before we talk about the band and what else you have going on, I wanted to tell you this story. Back in 1990 or 91, whenever you were touring with Don Dokken, I actually ran into in a hotel lobby, and I was there to pick up Don to take him to the radio station. This was in Buffalo, New York, and I don't know if you ever heard this story before, but I picked up Don in our station vehicle, which was a 1967 hearse, because my vehicle was always broken down, and Don walked out of the hotel and he looked at the thing and he said, I only thought I'd be in one of these things once in my life.
Yeah, holy shit. Yeah, that was a great tour, actually. We were out for 11 months straight.
Yeah.
It was a big one. Yeah. Very, very good.
Yeah, and of course, Don just coming off of Talkin, and George Lynch went solo as well, and both had great records that did very well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, we did. And good days. It was a great college for me coming from King Diamond, actually, because, I said it a million times, but parts of leaving King Diamond was I felt very narrow as a drummer.
Yeah.
I had too much stress in my heart with backbeats and drum fills and, clever fucking time changes and stuff. And when I came to LA, we actually moved to LA in 1987, 88, and started jamming with regular rock dudes,
Yeah.
I felt very narrow. I couldn't sit in. My groove wasn't really there. My timing wasn't there. And so that was perfect. What a great band. And playing with Peter Balthus and John Norum and Billy White. But then obviously I felt that I belong in the heavier division, really. So I finally said yes to Lemmy and the boys in Motorhead. They asked me since 86 to join the band, but I respectfully turned them down. I didn't think I earned my stripes yet to join that crazy band,
Yeah, and of course you spent most of your time with that band, right? That was the longest, yeah.
25 years almost, so.
Wow. Yeah. What was it like to look out on stage and see Lemmy in front of you every show?
Yeah, it was great, We never thought about it that way, but we were such a team, very unique team and family, I have to say. Now all three of them are gone, Versa, Lemmy, and Phil. It's unbelievable when I'm thinking back how much fun we had. And then when Versa left, I was very sad. And Lemmy too. That was Lemmy's best buddy, but he just wasn't up for it anymore. So that was a big loss. But then again, we recovered and did amazing as a three-piece for most of the time there. And now they're all gone. It's fucking weird.
Yeah.
Really weird.
I heard you talking in another interview about how, Lemmy really stuck to his guns, and he didn't, if he didn't think it was right, he just didn't do it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And as frustrating as that was sometimes, because he did not know everything best, we were a total democracy in this band. We voted him down many times, me and Phil. I was maybe a little bit more involved with the business as well. We all made decisions. That's not where I'm trying to get at, but I'm actually interested in numbers and the business side of it. And they were just like more, oh, what the hell, you deal with it, kind of. And then when it came to making decisions, of course, we all sat down and did that. But because I was more involved with the business side or more interested in it, I knew a lot more about certain things than maybe both of them together,
Mm-hmm.
Certain things that I really thought we had to do because it was good for us. And if Lemmy just was in that mood where he didn't want to do it, either me and Phil had to vote him down. I mean, 2 against 1, basically. And he didn't like that, of course. Or I had to just give up because he made a point sometimes that, what's the point, Mikkey? And he made me look in a different angle about it. And he was right, a lot of times about this, not compromising the band or selling out and,
Yeah.
And I learned a lot from him there. And that was, we were so good together because me and Phil might be a little bit too modern sometimes for Motorhead. And Lemmy was sometimes too old fashioned. So, he come with some stuff. And me and Phil said, look, we're not going to write another Buddy Holly record, because he loved rock and roll.
Yeah.
And he came to us and said, "What the fuck have you guys been writing here? We're not Rush." You know what I mean? Yeah, you're right, Lemmy. Maybe it's a little too much for Motorhead. So we met in the middle, and he was perfect, you know?
Yeah, that's great. Just talking to you, I didn't even think about this, but when that movie Airheads came out and those guys uttered the words, Lemmy is God, which has kind of become this cultural thing now ever since.
I know.
What did Lemmy think about that? Did he ever talk about it?
No,
Yeah.
he really didn't care much about this rock star thing at all. He over all these years, and as many as I met, he was the least rock star. You know what I mean? And that made him so unique. I could see on his face sometimes, that he did enjoy the fact that we were gaining something maybe because of status, if you will. But he was always for the little guy. I mean, he stood up for us all the time because obviously a lot of times he was just, we want Lemmy for this TV thing or interview. And he said, no, if the band isn't here, I ain't doing it,
Yeah.
And I remember he stood up for me when I finally joined the band a lot, because there was a lot of hardcore Motorhead fans, especially in UK. They were like, who's this guy, Is he from Poison or, Warrant or some hair band? And they didn't know me from King Diamond, obviously, or so. And Lemmy just reamed them a new asshole, basically. You never seen this fucking guy play. And later on, they accepted me immediately. He stood up for me all the time. And the first thing he said is that in Motorhead, all of us got to be front persons. It's not me in the front, it's all of us. So he always pushed us from behind, like, we have to step forward. We have to be front people on stage and equally, on each way. And that is very, very unique, trust me, in this world, in this business, because the more you can throw the drummer and the bass player off stage, the better singers and guitar players think it is, Yeah. But I never accepted that. I take my space, or I'm not playing with whatever band I played with. I am a front person on my drum kit,
Yeah. And you were in that band for 25 years. So obviously, I mean, probably a mix of feeling comfortable, feeling like part of the band. Why do you think that you were in there for so long?
Well, I would have been there now if Lemmy was still alive, if we were still playing. I would never, ever quit a band like Motorhead, because we had it all. We had the music. Let's start with the friendship and the family. I'm never going to get that ever again, I don't think, in that way. And we handpicked people, the whole crew and everyone around us were carefully handpicked over all these years. So each position of whatever people did was handpicked and fit in perfect with this band. So it was such a pleasure being on tour. And then we had the music and we had everything, so I would never quit a band like Motorhead.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
I was going to say, were you at his birthday bash?
Yeah.
Yeah, we are. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you mean when he was 70?
Yeah.
No, I wasn't there. I couldn't make it. I was somewhere else. I don't remember now. I couldn't make it to the 70th birthday. But we basically just said bye a few weeks before, 2 weeks earlier. So 10 days, I think. So, and that was the last time I saw him in the dressing room. And on the 11th, actually, of December. And now with Lex Legion, we're kind of getting the same deal here with the friendship that we have,
yeah,
and have had in 38 40 years. Me and Andy actually grew up on the same street. Me, Pete, and Andy lives an hour away from each other, like in a triangle type. I live in Gothenburg, and 45 minutes south is Andy, and 1 hour northeast is Pete. So Hal is in Norway. He's about 3 hours away, and Nils as well. So it's and that's when Pete came with a couple of riffs, and I said, let's call Andy and Hal. If the four of us will do this, and we get a great singer, maybe we have something here. And that's what we did.
Yeah. And did you always, were you always in contact with the other guys, even after Kingdom? Yeah. Even back in the day before cell phones and you couldn't text and stuff, you just call them up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And we saw each other all the time. And a few years ago, well, actually, I don't know what this is, maybe 7 years ago or something, where we did this Nordic Beast. I brought in Hal Patino on bass with John Norum and Mick from Europe and myself and Sten-Åge Nielsen on vocal, very good singer too from Norway. We did something we called it Nordic Beast. It didn't last for very long for different reasons, but Hal was the bass player in that project. But here we created a new band, and the plan for this year is to do press like I'm doing with you, put the band on the map, and we already start working on the next record.
Really?
That we're going to try to get down as much as we can this year. I'm going to be very busy with Scorpions from June on now. Right. And so my focus is there, of course. And next year we're going to go out and start playing live.
This message comes from Capital One Commercial Bank. Your business requires commercial banking solutions that prioritize your long-term success. With Capital One, get a full suite of financial products and services tailored to meet your needs today and goals for tomorrow. Learn more at CapitalOne.com/commercial. Member FDIC. This message comes from Capital One Commercial Bank. Your business requires commercial banking solutions that prioritize your long-term success. With Capital One, get a full suite of financial products and services tailored to meet your needs today and goals for tomorrow. Learn more at CapitalOne.com/commercial. Member FDIC.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that. So 2027, obviously you got to clear up your schedule a little bit. Let's talk about this record, which, by the way, drops on June 12th. People should know. The first two tracks have already been released, Sleep Eternally and Gypsy Tears. Tell me about the rest of the flavor of this record. I mean, there can't be any ballads or anything on there, can there?
No, there's an instrumental song in the end, the last one on the record.
Yeah, Far Away.
Far Away. And it has a certain meaning for Andy. He named it, actually, and it's something that I think Andy and Pete had a little acoustic thing. And we used to do that with King Diamond too. We always had like an acoustic part of it, you know?
Yeah.
And it's great. And the song before that is the fastest song on the whole record. It's like a fast as a shark type of song, you know? So it's a real fist in your face. And then it drops to this melodic, beautiful type of song. But it's not a ballad. It's just a very beautiful acoustic thing.
Yeah, I was only being like facetious, I suppose, because the first two songs I've heard are so ripping. The one you're talking about is called Life Eternal.
Yes.
That's the one that you said is pretty fast.
You're going to hear the hardest rock and roll scream you ever heard on a record, okay?
Really?
Think about that when you listen to it.
All right.
After the first verse on that song, you'll hear a scream that I never heard anything like it. So
okay, then you've been around a minute. Yeah. So did Nils? Did he do this a bunch of times, or were you in the studio when he did this scream?
No, he did it on his own, and I just fucking loved it. I go, it doesn't get harder than this. It does not get harder than this.
How much did you enjoy making and working and creating these songs in this record with these guys?
100%, because a lot of people, rightfully so, compare us now to the old Diamond records that we did. But that's how we wrote music those days. And we continue writing this way. We are probably a nightmare for a more regular producer will tear his or her hair off because why is this part over here? Why are you doing a double solo there? Or why do you have guitar harmonies after there? And it doesn't make any sense, but that's how we wrote those days. And that's the whole point of this, we continue doing this on this record. It's not just verse, chorus, solo verse, double chorus ending, traditional. There's bits and bops. And why do you stop there? Why do you have this ending? It means nothing. It's just prolonging the song. Well, we like it, and that's why it's there,
Yeah, it flows or whatever the case is.
Yeah.
Like I said, that record drops on June 12th, 9 songs in it. So you just mentioned that you guys are already working on another record?
Yeah, we're riffing away already. And as I said, I'll be very busy with Scorpions at least up till October. The last thing we do, as far as I know right now, is the residency in Vegas.
Right.
September going into October again. And we love doing that, by the way. It's fantastic fun.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, how cool is that to do a residency where you don't go anywhere to travel?
We love it. And we have so many friends in Vegas. And what a great city, great people, great venue. The Stark Arena. I think it's still called the Stark. It changed from changed names over the years since we've been there a couple of times, 4 times or something else. It's great fun, and so that's where we're going to end. I think what I know so far, and then hopefully we can cut some basic tracks and get as far as we can on this new record.
Mm. With this residency shows, correct me if I'm wrong, do you guys do like every other night or every third night, or how does that work?
Yeah, we do 3 nights a week.
Okay, gotcha.
And that varies. It might be a Thursday, Saturday, and a Monday or something. And then there's a Friday and a Saturday and a Wednesday, or, it varies a little bit.
And have you had a chance to go see a show at the Sphere yet?
Yes. No, not a show, but I did go to that movie thing they have.
Okay.
The Earth thing, the spaceship that comes down with the girl and the guy, and they show the whole planet. And that was just stunning, amazing.
Yeah, I can imagine. That place looks wild. I haven't been in Vegas in quite a few years. So when you guys do this residency in Vegas, do you guys kind of mix up the set list, or how does that work? And who picks the set list in the Scorpions?
No, we all do actually. But this year is a extension of last year's 60th anniversary show. And it's really, really good. I mean, we have a great 70s medley in there, and the set works really fine. Because I was asking the guys before we actually started this year, what we're going to take out or what we're going to add, and about rehearsal and stuff. And they said they want us to continue doing the 60th anniversary show. And it's great. And we have Buck Cherry on there again because they opened for us last year. So obviously the promoter want the same thing. We broke a lot of records there last year.
Really?
It was sold out to the boneyard. And I think we broke the bar record for the venue, and it was a tremendous success. So let's continue with that one.
So do you just live your life in Vegas for a few weeks or a month or whatever? That's it?
Yeah, that's it.
Order hotel room service.
Pretty much. Yeah, I hang out with my friends. I have so many friends. A lot of people move to Vegas
Right.
from LA.
Mm.
And so every day is full of events happening. And my good friend Red Cup Jeff, he knows every little thing that goes on over there. So
I've
you
seen
know,
that guy online. Yeah, right.
you've seen Red Cup, yeah.
I've seen that. Yeah.
I call him Blue Cup Jeff. You know?
So,
But he knows everything.
So in this studio that I'm in right now, I had the privilege of talking to Peter Criss right over here to my left about a month ago, and I just know you did a bunch of Kiss type shows in March, didn't you?
No, we didn't. We
didn't?
can't. No, we were supposed to do a big Kiss show, almost 2 hours long, with the Swedish Symphony Orchestra. 55 people on stage, you know.
Oh, and it didn't happen. I didn't know that.
No, we had to postpone that or move it because we could not get proper rehearsal time with everybody. And this is so complex and so hard to do that we actually pulled the plug on it because we could not go out there and just be half-assed, you know. This had to be, as far as I remember, we managed to get one full rehearsal day with the whole ensemble, and it's just not enough. I mean, these people read notes, so they could get through it, but the rock band that was going to be on stage, we need to rehearse this.
Yeah.
And especially with 55 symphonic players, you know, and it would take, I said, we need at least a week of rehearsal,
Okay.
at least 5-6 days, you know. And we didn't want to go out and make it to a flop, you know, or a disaster, sounding shitty and you know, playing great Kiss songs and not sounding right. You know, it had to be good. So I'm glad we actually pulled the plug for this time, and hopefully we'll pick it up when there's time for it.
Yeah.
You know.
I guess I saw that on your Facebook, and I thought, you know, being over here on the side of the planet, that maybe it did happen. I didn't know that it didn't happen, but I mean, obviously you were influenced by Kiss.
Yeah. I love the band from the 70s. You know, and they're good friends, and we toured with them, and you know. But Kiss is a great band to kind of do that kind of thing for, I would say. You know. Mm-hmm. I like to do a Motorhead version with symphony orchestra. That would have been even more unique, you know. But there's a few bands that fits the, and Kiss is one of them.
Yeah, they did a couple. They did one live album with an orchestra.
Yes.
Yeah, Kiss live.
But here the conductor here, his name is Ulf Bodenbratt, and he's one of the best in the world. You know, Swedish guy. Mm-hmm. So him and me, we would have looked like dumbasses, you know, if this wasn't right. Just to go out and blow through this and not sounding right was just too much of a gamble, you know.
And would all of the players have had Kiss makeup on?
Yes.
Yeah.
Would have been awesome.
and you would have had your Peter Criss makeup on.
I would probably look like King Diamond or something. No, I don't know. I would look like Mikkey D or something, you know.
When was the last time you talked to King Diamond? I don't even know what your relationship is with him.
Yeah, no, it's fine. I don't talk to him frequently. He came and saw me in Dallas, where he lives, when we passed through with Scorpions a few years ago, and I called him. Maybe not last year. Yeah, last year maybe. He couldn't come to the show. No, it was a year before, actually. He had to pass. So, you know, we stay in touch. And actually, I saw him last summer in Barcelona at the festival they did. So we had a long, good chat there, and it's all fine, you know?
Yeah. That's great, because you hate when your rock star heroes don't get along. It seems like there's something wrong with the universe when it's happening, but I'm glad you guys are on good standing.
Yeah, we're on good terms. And, you know, when I left in the 80s, it was for some different reasons. It wasn't because I didn't like King or anything. It was just, as I said, I felt like a narrow drummer.
Right.
I wanted to play something else. I didn't think we were a team anymore as much as we were earlier years. I thought maybe King was going off more on himself, and the rest of the band, we were one piece, and we kind of separated a little bit, and that wasn't what I liked for the band. What I liked was when we were 5 guys, best friends, and we worked in one direction, and that is very important for me. I wouldn't stay with Rolling Stones if I played with them, or any huge. If Beatles started up again and they offered me this spot, if we weren't best buddies, I wouldn't play there. It's just not me.
And you didn't really go too long in your career without a gig, if I'm not mistaken. You went from King Diamond right to on Talkin, right to Motorhead, right to the Scorpions, right?
Yes.
Wow.
And Thin Lizzy in between, which
That's right,
I had to. One of my favorite bands. I unfortunately had to pass because Scorpions was more. It was more. Thin Lizzy was only over the summer, but I was very, very honored by being asked about it. I called Brian Downey, said, "Why aren't you doing it? You're one of my. You're supposed to do this one." But he said, "You be fine, Mickey. You're perfect. You fucking play. I don't want to do it." And I had to call Scott Gorham back and say, "I'm so sorry. I have to pass on this because I believe Scorpion's going to be something more than over the summer,
Yeah. And it's so cool. Your son plays and everything I saw.
Yeah. He had to step in half the show in Mexico City.
Yeah.
Marcus is a great drummer and great guitar player, great piano player. And his heart is really in the music. So when he's ready to press the button and get out there and find something, I have to help him out there,
Yeah, that's great when your kids can do what you love to do as well. You pass it on down to them. But hey, one more thing. Since I'm here in Detroit in the Motor City, you're part of this Verde Motor. I don't even know how to pronounce it. What is that whole thing with the cars?
With the cars?
Yeah.
Verde Motori.
Yeah.
Verde Motori.
That was the second way I was going to pronounce it. Okay, so go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, it's me and one of my best friends. We started a company. We're kind of like agents for luxury cars. So we get these people, either they have amazing, super exclusive cars they want to sell, and we sell them for them. Or we get these people contacting us. They're looking for certain cars, and we'll find them for them. Because my friend Johan, he had the agency here in Sweden for Lamborghini, Bentley, Maserati, McLaren. He has an amazing network, and so do I. Actually, I'm a big car guy, so we're doing really, really great. Even the Porsche family recruited us to find certain cars. So
wow,
and we're just selling these super exclusive stuff. And we buy some cars and sell cars basically. I'm a car dealer. That's amazing.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, one of my friends does something similar here in the Motor City. Unfortunately, I'm not in your demo. I'm not looking for a luxury car.
Well, let me know if you want an exclusive car. Just call me up and I'll get it for you.
Well, I appreciate that. Well, Mickey, I'll tell you what, we'll let you loose here. Lex Legion, like I said, that comes out on June 12th with 9 tracks. Sleep Eternally is out right now. Gypsy Tears is out right now. We'll see you on tour with the Scorpions this year. And go Habs, go, as they say. Even though I grew up in Buffalo, I'll say it just for you. Go Habs, go.
Yeah, there we go. All right. It's going to be exciting. It's getting hot now,
Yeah, no doubt. So
yeah. And
hot in more ways than one. So go ahead. I'm sorry. The World Cup.
World Cup's going on. So we got our ass kicked by Canada. Not kicked, but we lost to Canada, beat Denmark. Now it's Czech next today here in like 20 minutes or something. So
yeah. Well, listen,
I'm looking for it.
Great to talk to you. I could talk to you about hockey all day long. I've got so of guys.
I love it.
Like, man, it's just so much fun. So, well, I appreciate your time. Good luck with everything. Lex Legion, maybe we'll see you here in Detroit Rock City sometime soon.
We definitely got to come and play U.S. As soon as we're out on the road. And I just want to mention the album, as you said, coming out June 12th. It's on the shorter side on purpose because we want it to sound badass on a vinyl.
That's right,
we could have thrown 2 more songs in there, but we said, no, let's keep it short and sweet. And let's come out with a second record fairly soon.
Yeah, the songs are all short, 4.5 minutes, 3.5 minutes. Yeah, so yeah, for the vinyl reason, of course. I mean, I'm a vinyl guy myself, just dropping on the turntable. I can't wait to hear it.
Yeah, it's like 35 minutes in total. It could have been 40. But, for vinyl, you want to keep it little on the downside because of the quality. Mm-hmm. And that was more important to us than just throwing in 1 or 2 more songs,
Yeah, that was one of the things I know on Chinese Democracy with Guns N' Roses. They put so much stuff in there. Some of the songs sound terrible, like compressed.
Yeah, compressed like crazy. Yeah, I know. And we wanted this record to sound really airy and loose and powerful. And you lose a lot of that on vinyl because it's more fun to make records today for vinyls than for CDs, even if CDs are on the way up again, which is kind of fun too, I think. But
yeah, well, I'm a vinyl guy for sure. And this record so far, what I've heard sounds vinyl worthy, as I would say. But Mikkey, safe travels. We will talk to you when you're here in Detroit next time, okay? And have fun in Vegas.
Sounds good. All right. Cheers.
That's really cool that they think about that. But the vinyl aspect of making this record. Yeah, as I look through this, I think the longest song on this is 4.5 minutes. Dreams of Darkness is the 6th track. But yeah, check out the videos for Sleep Eternally and Gypsy Tears online right now. And I posted the story up at WRIF.com. You can watch the interview if you'd like. It's so funny about the Kiss thing. He's on the other side of the planet. I didn't realize that was canceled. It's like I just saw it on his Facebook. I'm like, well, that's interesting. The fact that I didn't hear about it is not that unusual because, like I said, it happened or is supposed to happen over in Europe. And, sometimes stuff like that happens. I don't hear about it or, whatever the case is. But, yeah, I guess it's my bad. But anyways, got to thank Mikkey for, spending so much time talking with me. I actually talked to them for a few minutes after the interview about hockey, which I could talk with anybody about hockey for a long time. But yeah, he's a huge hockey fan, just like myself. Hey, thank you so much for listening to Talkin' Rock. We'll do it all over again soon enough. Here's the guy with the big voice to take me out.
Thank you for listening to Talkin' Rock with Meltdown. You can help this podcast grow by giving it a 5-star rating and writing a review on Apple and iTunes. Plus, feel free to subscribe and share it with your friends. Until next time, thanks for listening to Talkin' Rock.